Hey everyone! So today you need 3 colors to do your moon painting. We need blue, white, and black. And I used ultramarine blue because I really love when you mix it with white, it turns into a beautiful periwinkle blue color. And I just spritzed my canvas with water to help the paint to flow a little better. So I'm really scrubbing it in and covering all the holes up, but also I'm keeping it transparent enough where I can kind of see the under drawing that's showing through. And the under drawing is not meant to be exact, it's just kind of a guideline of where the branches would be and where the moon would be, and also the little bird on the branch. But I'm going back in with some water and removing a little bit more of that paint where the bird is, because I do want to get the shape of the bird pretty exactly, and also the moon. I want to make sure I have it in the right spot, so I'm gonna dip back into my water and lift out some of that paint and bring my brush out each time. So now I'm just taking the pure titanium white and filling in the shape of the moon. So I think I told you this in the last video, but if you do a pencil drawing and you want to make sure that your paint doesn't smudge and pick up the gray graphite color underneath, you'll want to seal your drawing with a permanent fixative. So you could use like a Prismacolor spray fixative, and also you can seal it further with a clear gesso so you can still see your drawing underneath. So the roundness of the moon doesn't have to be exact, and keep in mind that the moon does have craters, so it's not a perfect circle, and it's okay if you don't make it exactly circular, but just pretty close. You get more circle than oval. And now I'm just taking that periwinkle blue color and adding some more white to it and trying to put a little bit of a glow around the moon. So I was telling you earlier, this is the first time that I've been able to get a good photograph of the moon. I think usually the sky is a lot darker and it makes the moon glow too bright, and when you take that photograph, all you can see is a really bright blur. And I've tried to take pictures of the full moon lots of times and it never works out, but I think because it hadn't gotten completely dark on this day and the moon was very visible but the sky was still a little blue, it allowed me to take a really nice picture of the moon. So I'm just going to speed up some sections of the painting. So I wanted to show you, speaking of beautiful blue colors, this spoon. I went to get ice cream for my husband and son, and they gave me the most beautiful blue spoon, and I was thinking about saving it and using it for a food still life. I put my moon photo into Photoshop and I tried to accentuate some of the bright spots on the moon. So here I'm just taking that periwinkle blue and trying to suggest some spots on the moon, and I'm not being real exact. I'm kind of looking at my photograph, but kind of just putting little spots here and there, just scumbling it across the moon. And I'm going to go back into this color and I'm going to soften it a little. I decided the craters were a little bit too harsh, so I'm just going to soften the edges a little bit. So here you can see how I tried to accentuate that white starburst on the right side of the moon. I'm not really sure what that is, but I've seen it in lots of pictures of the moon. It's a little like a starburst pattern. So I'm trying to paint that in, and also I'm gonna put in some little white dots just to highlight some of the craters. It's crazy to think that we have a beautiful moon to light up the night. It's in the perfect spot when the sun shines on it so that we can have light at night. And from what I understand, the moon, it controls not only the tides, but also women's menstrual cycles. And they say that the crime rates go up during a full moon. I'm not really sure why that is. I guess that's where the legend of the werewolf came from. I guess people get a little crazy when there's a full moon. Okay, so here I'm going to try to tackle the bird, and I want to get this silhouette in here pretty exact how I have it drawn. So ever since I took the really cool footage of the moon with the blue sky and the bird, I've been wanting to do this painting, and luckily the Arty-Miss flew around the moon, so it gave me a good excuse to go ahead and do this painting. Okay, we're getting ready to paint the legs in on the bird, and here comes the bravery test, as Bob Ross always used to say every time he would get ready to put in a giant tree trunk in the foreground of his painting, and you always thought that he was going to ruin it, but he never did. It was such a fine line that I didn't want to mess it up. It's kind of like when you put eyelashes on a portrait and you try really hard not to make them too thick. You have to make them just right. I was being really careful with these little branches right around the bird as well, because I didn't want to mess the bird up and interfere with the silhouette of the bird, because he's kind of hidden in the branches, but you know, you could end up messing him up too. So it's going to be difficult to copy your branches exactly where they are placed in the photograph. So it's best to just paint them intuitively wherever it looks like there's a bare section. Okay, so here's the finished painting. I hope you guys like it. Just kidding. My OCD won't let me finish a painting that quickly. I had to put it back on the easel and add this little white halo around the moon to make it look like it's glowing a little more. Let me know in the comments which version you like better.